Last lesson before the review, we're on 3-6.4a, or a general approach to factoring, and we've got 21 questions in this assignment. You can practice all the factoring skills you've learned. This is the 8th hardest homework and takes about 55 minutes to complete. By watching the video, you'll save about half the time. In addition, you'll learn how to use your calculator to check your work. All right, let's factor this one. Difference of two squares, so we've got 2c, parentheses, 2c minus 7f, 2c plus 7f. Looks like we can take first of all, let's take out a 7n to the 8th, and we're left with 7n squared, 7n to the 10th, minus 21n to the 9th, minus 28n to the 8th. Okay, minus 3n, no, this is not 7n, it's just n squared, minus 3n minus 4. What two numbers multiplied equal 4 are 3 apart, n minus 4, n plus 3. So our factored form is 7n, let's get this point down a little bit, 7n to the 8th, parentheses, n minus 4, parentheses, n plus 3. Next one. Come on now. Why is this not working? That is not correct. What did I do wrong? N plus 1 is supposed to be not 3. I don't know why I had 3 there. Oops. Go back to my assignment. Number 4. Got to factor out some stuff here to make this one easier to work with. We have 24x cubed minus 44x squared y squared minus 40xy cubed. Okay, let's take out a 4xy. That'll work. So we're left with 6x squared minus 11xy minus 10y squared. Multiply the first term times the last term, you get negative 60. What two numbers multiplied equals 60 are 11 apart? Minus 15xy plus 4xy minus 10y squared, 6x squared. Okay, now we can factor by grouping. We can take out a 3x, and we're left with 2x minus 5y. Can take out a 2, and we're left with 2x minus 2y, and we're left with 2x minus 5y. So our factored form is 4xy, 2x minus 5y, and 3x plus 2y. You could also check your work on the calculator. Make sure you factor out first, otherwise you're going to miss the 4xy at the beginning. Oops, 4xy, parentheses, 2x minus 5y and 3x plus 2y. Number 5. I don't see that it's factorable unless 289 and 324 have something in common. The easiest way to find that out is to write it as a fraction and see if your calculator will simplify it. So let's use our calculator. Fraction key. Where'd my calculator go? There it is. 289. Oh, mode 1. 280 fraction 289 over 324. Nope, so it's not simplifiable at all. There are no factors. Next one. 8v squared. The first thing that we have to do with this one is rearrange it, because everything is in the wrong order here. 8v squared minus 15v minus 2. Now it's in the right order. Take this times this is 16. What two numbers multiplied equals 16 are 15 apart. 16 and 1. So minus 16v plus v minus 2, 8v squared. Can take out an 8v and are left with v minus 2. Take out a 1 and we're left with v minus 2. So our factored form is 8v plus 1 v minus 2. You can do that on your calculator also. Parentheses 8v minus, what did I say? Minus or plus 1. 8v plus 1 v minus 2. Next one, perfect cube factors into w minus 3, w squared, squared, plus 3w plus 9. Factor this one. We can factor a b minus 2 out of both of them. And so we have a b minus 2. And we're left with an a plus t. So that's just now I'll show you on the screen how it works. A parentheses b minus 2 plus t parentheses b minus 2. We can factor b minus 2 out of both of them, and we're left with a plus t, which is what I've got there. Okay, next one. First thing I'd do on this one is I would factor out a 6. Oops, I have to close it. Now try it. Factor out a 6x squared out of 6x to the 4th minus 18x cubed plus 42x squared. And I'm left with x squared minus 3x plus 7. What two numbers multiplied equals 7 are 3 apart? Or no, added equals 7? I can't think of any. So my factorization is just that. It'll be 6x squared parentheses x squared minus 3x plus 7. 4v squared minus 500. I think this one will be easy to recognize after you take out a 4 out of everything. 4v squared v cubed minus 500 is 4 parentheses v cubed minus 125. And this part factors into v minus 5, v squared plus 5v plus 25. So our factored form is 4 parentheses v minus 5 parentheses v squared plus 5v plus 25. Next one. Difference of a perfect square trinomial. Square root of the first term, 3c. Square root of the last term, 4d. Minus sign in between them, because 3 times 4 is 12, times 2 is negative 24. So if you entered that on your calculator, you would get x equals 4/3. So we're ready to factor it. Factored form is parentheses 3c minus 4d close parentheses squared. All right. Next one looks like a factoring by grouping situation. Oops. It's 4 terms long, so it's pretty clear we should be able to. Let's see. We have kq minus 10q plus kr minus 10r. Factor a q out of the first ones, and you're left with k minus 10. Factor a r out of the second ones, and you're left with k minus 10. So our factored form is q plus r, k minus 10. Parentheses q plus r, parentheses k minus 10. Okay, next one. Looks like we should take some stuff out of this one to make it easier to factor. 6m to the 5th n to the 5th minus 36m to the 4th n to the 4th. Take a 6m to the 3rd or 4th n to the 4th out of both of them. You're left with mn minus 6, which you can't factor any more than that. So that is our factored form. Parentheses 6m to the 4th n to the 4th, and then mn minus 6. Next one. What two numbers multiplied equal 32 are 4 apart? That would be v plus, parentheses, v plus 8, v minus 4. Remember, you can use your calculator and you'd have gotten the same answer on that one. This one, we've done this problem before, and the easy part is it's a difference of two squares, w squared minus 9, w squared plus 9. The problem is some people stop there. This also is factorable into w minus 3, w plus 3. That's where people go wrong, is they forget that that first part is factorable again. So you have parentheses w minus 3, w plus 3. And remember, the second part isn't the last part isn't factorable because w squared plus 9, it has to be a difference of two squares, not a sum of two squares. Next one is a cube, parentheses, w plus 5, take the cube root of both parts, w squared, square each of those, minus, you haven't used up your minus sign yet, so do it now, 5w, plus, last term squared, 5 squared is 25. Another perfect square, parentheses, 11b minus 13. You know, if you recognize that your squares, you'll be a lot better off. 11 squared is 121, 13 squared is 169. And then parentheses, 11b plus 13, and there we go. Next one is also well, we can take something out of both parts. Let's do that first. Oops. I believe we can take at least an 8 out of both of them. 144. No, let's take a 16 out of both of them. 60. I gotta close this out. All right. 64b squared minus 144c squared divided by 16, you get 4b squared minus 9c squared. Now you can do it, as this is 2b minus 3c, 2b plus 3c. So it's 16 times that. Make sure you take out your common factors first, even if you're going to use the calculator to do your work, because otherwise you would have gotten that one wrong if you wouldn't have taken out the 16 first. So we get 16 times 2b minus 3c and 2b plus 3c. $19, 3b cubed plus 500. 32b cubed. I was going to say that doesn't look factorable, and they probably want it to be. Okay, so if we take 32b cubed plus 500, let's take a 4 out of everything, and we have 8b cubed plus 125. Now it's a difference, and now it's a sum of two cubes. The first term is 2b plus 5, that's the cube root of each one. Square the 2b is 4b squared. Square the 5 is 25. And the middle term is minus 10b. Okay, so our factored form is 4 times 2b plus 5 times 4b squared minus 10b plus 25. And next one. I don't see anything we can do to it. So 56 times 3 is 168. What two numbers multiplied equal 168 are 17 apart? Let's see. 5 and 22? Let's try that. 5 times 22 is 110. 6 times 23 is 138. 7 times 24 is 168. So our middle term breaks up into 24 VB minus, or let's see, let's switch that around. Minus 7 VB plus 24 VB minus 3B squared and 56V squared at the beginning. Can take out a 7V and we're left with 8V minus B. Take out a 3B and we're left with 8V minus B. So our factored form is 8V minus B times 7V plus 3B. Let's enter it on our calculator just to make sure that it works. Mode 5, 3, and it'll be 56, 17, and negative 3. And I get x1 is 1/8, which is right, and x2 is negative 3/7. This goes here, and change the sign to negative. This goes here, and change the sign to positive. Oh, that's always nice when that works out, isn't it? Okay, so we have parentheses 8V minus B and 7V plus 3B. Last one. You can take a 2 out of everything. 8s squared minus 30s plus 18. 2 out of everything and you're left with 4s squared minus 15s plus 9. These two numbers multiplied are 36. What two numbers multiplied equal 36? Added equal negative 15. That would be negative 12s, negative 3s, plus 9, 4s squared. Okay, now make sure that when you take out this negative, that changes that to negative. So we have 4s, s minus 3, minus 3, s minus 3. So our factored form is 4s minus 3, s minus 3, and make sure you get the 2 out front. Two times 4s minus 3 times s minus 3. And that's the last problem.